Hey everyone, I wanted to make this video to show you guys the trades that I took on the stock called HUDI, which turned into the biggest P&L of my trading career. So let's dive right into it. All right guys, so here you can see this is my setup. This is DAS, TradingView, and here you can see this is a live trade from the HUDI stock. And as you can see here, I took this on 11/3, November 3rd in 2022. So a couple months ago, but I pressed record once I was into the position. As you can see here, I'm already in this and the stock is halted. And this is the trade window that I'm using. So just to go over the trade real quick, to explain what was going on at the time. The daily chart here wasn't all that bullish, but I saw something. It tried to go up during the day right after the open, and it just started diving down, right? It halted like a couple of times, halted up to $24 from $38. But from there, it just reverses up, right? It just starts going up. I mean, I didn't really notice it until it halted up here, I think at around 33 something. And then I was just watching it. I'm like, this is still risky. But when it came up all the way to $38 or so, I'm like, you know what? Now the chances of it going higher than the high of day just went up. So I'm going to take a stab at it. And as soon as I saw a good trade right there, I punched in 4,000 shares, which is still heavy. And I punched it, got filled at 38.59, and it halted up 40.16, but the price right now was 40.17. So let's play this. I'm already in the halt. It halted at 11.01. It's, about to open after the 5-minute volatility pause. And the price is only up 1 cent up. So it doesn't make me feel all that great because it's opening up flat. But I wait, and it doesn't open up for after the 5-minute haul. So now it's a 10-minute haul. So after a 10-minute haul, it's gonna open up, and the price climbed up a little bit. So that makes me feel better. So I'm gonna skip it to right before it opens up at 11:22, right? Let's see. But the price keeps going up. And at this point, it's up 5 points. And I did the math, unrealized I'm up almost $25,000. So I'm excited. I'm ready to sell as soon as it opens up. I'm just going to sell, take my profit and be out, right? And let's see how it reacts around the halt open, right? So 10 seconds to go. It's at $46 now. Unrealized, I'm up $29,000. All right, let's pause right there, right? So I try to put an order right before it opened up. I mean, sometimes I'll do that if it's going to open up too high, but I quickly canceled it. But let's see. This is how it opened up. And as soon as it opened up, the price is showing 46 here, but the bid is at $42.26. So if I sell something, it's going to get filled at $42. So good thing I canceled my order, and let's see what I did after. I sell some more, and now it's all of a sudden it's going up. And it's at $50, it's trying to halt up again. Now I'll tell you what was going on in my head at the time, right? When I see something like this and, I'm up unrealized $25,000. That's my all-time biggest trade in one trade ever. So the first instinct, and honestly, that's what you should be doing, was to take profit as soon as it comes out of the halt. So that's what I did. But if I had held it a little bit higher, a little bit more, it halted up again. And this was the first of its kind in a while, because it didn't do that in a while. We see there was this movement here on HUDI, but we weren't expecting anything like this. So it wasn't expected. So I'm not gonna, I got lucky that it opened up that high, but the valid thing to do is to take profit as soon as you get out of the halt. And then you can add on the dip or go for the next trade. Still holding 950, and I keep selling more at that price, and it looks like it's going to halt up again. And take more profit just in case it opens up lower the next time, and then it just keeps halting down. I don't want to take that chance. But I was okay with, keeping 200. Oh, did you see that? It just showed $80 for a second. And that is awesome, right? It's a short squeeze. 5 minutes, it's going to open up After that, so at this point, it's opening up flat. So it doesn't, it's not bullish. It's when it opens up flat, it's not bullish. So, but I'm still, well into the profit, and on 227 shares, I'm up $2,700. So that's good. And I already realized 30K on this stock, on this trade. So it'll open up at 11.16. Let's see. Yep, the price moved up a little bit, and let's see if it opens up, or is it going to be a 5-minute halt or a 10-minute halt? And I already put out an order. I'm like, I'll take it, Yep, and I took some profit, and there you go. Halts up again. What a stock. What a move. So I'm up $33,000 on one trade. Just one trade. I've never done that before. And then it doesn't come down. Like most times, and in the current market at the time I'm making this video, you can't really expect this. Look at this. It just try to halt up again. So the shorts are really not getting off easy. They're getting stuck, and they're covering right up, right back again, and it just halted up again. And this continues for a while. It keeps going up. I think it breaks the high of $70. There you go. Here, oh, look at this. This is something to watch. So this is what you call a textbook false halt, right? It's going down. It's a false halt. It's showing right here that it's trying to halt down now, right? It's finally time. All the shorts are excited, like, oh my God, it's finally coming down. You see, it's hesitating right there. Yeah, now it's stacking up. It's stacking. Looks like it's going to halt down. Oh, it actually does halt down at this point right here. Oh, this was the false halt. So it opens up right here. Look at that. It just opens up low, $57. But hey, the ask still needs to come down. The ask hasn't come down yet. Is it going to halt down? Nope. Bids are coming in, and boom, it goes up. And it usually when this happens, when a false halt happens, it turns around and it just boom goes up to the other side of the band, which is $69. See, it's almost at $69. So that would have been a phenomenal trade if you took the false halt. But at this price level, is it even worth it? It isn't. The risk to reward stops making sense at a point. But at this point, you'll just see like gamblers taking trades because it's so extended. You could still take a trade, but I would still wait for a pullback. After like 4, 5, 6 halts at a time, it doesn't make sense, at least not to me. And then it halts down, and then it opens up, and I take one more stab at it. So the first time it goes down, that would have been a good dip trade right there. That was a good, like that pause right there at 55, that would have been a good dip trade. But I came in late, and I fumbled, and then it finally goes up again. As soon as I'm out of the position, the next candle. Yep. That would have been a good trade. Look at that. But of course I miss it. I'm too late. And at this point, I'm like, you know what? It's probably going to keep going up, and it's going to halt up again. And I was wrong to do that. And I lost a couple grand there. So yeah, I come in now. And of course, if my entry's high, I'm down 2,500 to begin with. I'm obviously not going to be able to hold that, And, just to mention, this is not for the faint of heart. If you can't see your P&L swing up and down this much, this is definitely not for you. And most risk to reward strategies don't really make sense on these types of setups here. This is a classic short squeeze, which is gone, tens of dollars. Like this is up 86%, 90%, but it went from $24 all the way to $70. It more than doubled, right? And at this price range, it's not doubling from like $2 to $4. It's doubling from $24 to $70. So that's something. If you take a few thousand shares, your P&L is going to swing a lot. And if you can't take that, it's definitely not for you. This is definitely advanced trading here. So now I'll show you the other trade that I took, which is towards the end of the day. So just to explain when I got into this. So this was, the high was around $70. as you saw in the previous trade in the beginning of the day. This is towards the end of the day after 3:30. I'm watching the stock like a hawk. I even took a stab in this area right here, but it fell down. So I can't remember if I took a trade here or not, but I don't think I had a significant loss on it. So it came down here, and then I was watching. I'm like, hey, if it goes over this pivot right here and the $70 level that it had, which was the high of the day, if it goes above that, we're off again. So I was waiting for it. It halted up. Then I waited for it to open. I took an entry and got filled at 84.91. And I only got filled 1,000 shares. I think I was going to go for like 2,000. I didn't want to risk it that much because I already made way past my daily goal. So why risk it? But I knew the setup was way too good and the risk to reward odds were amazing on this one. So I took it because, for me, when I take a trade on something like this, if it goes down, I'm only going to lose a few $1,000s. But if it goes up, I'm making like 10 times. So like it's almost like a 10-to-1 reward to risk ratio. So why wouldn't I take that? So for me, it's not for everyone, but for me, it made sense. So I took it. And when I took it, it halted up. Like it just went straight up. Look at this. This is a 15-second chart right there. It just went straight up. Didn't pause or anything. It just went straight up. And I got filled at 84.91. As soon as it halted up, the price shows $150. Now, oh my God. That is 15 plus 50, that's $65. And on 1,000 shares, that unrealized, I'm up $65,000. But right now, this calculation is not always right. It's showing 15,000, but it would be, if I sell it at 149, it would be almost $64,000. So we're almost at the 5-minute mark. Let's see if where it opens up. It's showing 150 right now. So it turns out it didn't open at the 5-minute halt. Now it's a 10-minute halt. But something that you might not know is if it halts up towards the end of the session, then usually what'll happen is the halt will open at 4 p.m. Eastern. So it'll open after the end of the session, in the after hours session. So once it didn't open up here, I knew that it was going to open up at 4 now. So, now it's just a waiting game. And during that time, the price comes down to 105.72. And then it kind of just stays there. And let's see where it opens up and how I manage the trade. There we go. 10 seconds to go. Opened up at 130. And I was able to sell 200 shares at 130. And then it just comes down. And I automatically start selling, which understandably so, I should be doing, taking profit as soon as I get it. And look at that. $22,000 realized and 4,500 still unrealized. What's happening here is I'm waiting because I know that I've seen this action before. What'll happen is it'll dip right as soon as it opens up. I mean, it did go up a little bit, but it dipped down. I was just wondering that what's going to happen here. And I was waiting for it to reverse. And if it does reverse, it's probably going to go back to 150. So I was waiting for that. And that's why I was holding this position of 300 shares right there. And when it came around 100, I'm like, okay, now it's, now I don't want to hold it anymore. But, that's where I was wrong, because as soon as it broke 100, it starts going back up. And it's slowly, and at this point I only have 57 shares. And as soon as it goes to like 110, 115, that's when I know, I'm like, okay, now this is probably going to go above the highs of this session. So it's probably going to go past 130. What's the nearest target? 150. So now, as you'll see in a second, I start fumbling and I'm like, you know what? Let me add more here. Yeah, see, that was an attempt to buy some on the ask, but obviously didn't fill me. So now I'm like, let me put a marketable limit order at 130. And so before I press buy, the price skips it. And now it's at 140. And now I put it in for 145. And at that point, I put it and it skips over me. And it hits 150. And then I'm like, you know what? Now it's not worth it. And I just start taking profit at 150. Even there, 29 shares. and I'm up 2,000 unrealized. That's better returns than any other long-term stocks that I'm part of. So 22 shares and I'm up unrealized 1,200. And then at that point, it starts coming down. And that's when I sell everything at 130, and that was it. That was, in that trade, I made $29,252. So first trade, 30,000, 33,000, I gave back a little bit then. And then the second trade, I made 29,000 for a total of $59,000 on HUDI. Just a phenomenal, crazy day. My highest P&L of my trading career. So I hope you found some value in this. If you did, please like and subscribe and leave a comment on what was your highest P&L, which stock, what does it remind of you when you see, when I say highest daily P&L. So I'll catch you on the next one.